Hey guys, it's Yunni. I just wanted to share and talk about something that I'm often upset by, which is the body standards and expectations of dancers, especially dancers in China. I'm going to speak from personal experience. I know that not everybody will understand, but I'm sure most dancers can relate. So a little backstory, I studied abroad at the Shanghai Theater Academy in the dance program before college at CalArts. It's a 6-year program from middle school to high school, so the first years are usually around 9, 10, and 11 years old, and it's a very military style training. We do the same thing every day. They expect us to come out looking the same, our bodies, our movement, everything. And now that I look at it with the point of view and knowledge I have now, it's so crazy to me. You want artists to be different. You want every artist to be creative and unique in their own way, but that is not the way that they were training us. And anyways, if you guys want more tea, there is so much more where that came from. It's a whole nother story. I can make a whole nother video, but body standards. They were so strict on controlling us and our bodies. Everyone who went there definitely got pretty severe brainwashing. Just imagine you're 10 years old, entering the academy, and all the teachers and your friends are telling you you have to lose weight. And literally, don't get me wrong, there are naturally super thin people to begin with, but they want everybody, including the skinny people, to lose weight, which is just super unhealthy for us mentally and physically, because we were dancing all day from 6:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. And it's at a stage where our bodies are growing, and every day before class we would weigh on the scale. Every class had a scale, and I personally had 2 scales of my own in the dorm, and I was consumed by losing weight. At that point I would have done anything to lose weight. I had a super abnormal eating habit. This one's for the girls, but I didn't get my period at all while I was at school because of how abnormally my body was functioning and how my eating habits were. And I would go on really unhealthy diets. I would buy detox teas, weight loss teas. I tried all kinds of diets, all kinds of exercising. I starved myself, and at this one point I even made myself throw up after I ate too much because I would just feel so bad mentally and physically of the consequences of what would happen if my weight went up on the scale. So every day before class, it does depend on the teacher, but we would usually weigh before class, and if you would gain weight, then the teacher would tell you to go downstairs and run instead of taking class. And if you lose weight, then you would get praise. And so it's already establishing this really unhealthy mentality. And I just remember that I was always really unhappy and just constantly really upset with myself whenever my weight would fluctuate, which is a very normal thing, for everybody, especially girls. Hormones, everything, water intake, your weight fluctuates, it's normal. And nobody taught us any correct or healthier ways to lose weight. They literally told us to not eat and to run and exercise. And I remember every day, sometimes twice a day, multiple times a day, during class, when we're exercising, we would wrap our whole bodies, even our head and our faces, with saran wrap, clear wrap, and just pull holes for our nostrils. And we would just use that as a sweatsuit and just exercise in that all the time, which is probably not the healthiest thing, but this is just such a complicated and problematic issue in the system, because that's how the faculty and the teachers were trained, and so that is how they're training us, because that's how their brain was wired to work and to believe. And with beauty standards in Asia and in China, I'm just so over it. It is so draining. I don't even want to go back there because of all the stress that I would get of everyone, family members, everybody telling me, oh, I gained weight, oh, I look fatter, I look bigger, you won't look like a dancer if you get fat, and you have to watch what you're eating, everything. Every year, every semester when I would go back home, my grandma, my family, my aunties, my grandma's friends, everyone who saw me would always comment on my weight. And while I was going to school in Shanghai, I would always look thinner every time I went back home because it was such a strict environment at the school. And when I would go back home, I would get praised and everyone tell me, oh my gosh, you look so much skinnier, you look so much prettier, and I would feel so happy. So it's just this constant brainwashing. And now that I'm going to college at CalArts in the States, I'm not in that same environment, and there's a much healthier balance in my life. And so I've gained a little weight, and every time I go back or when I FaceTime my family, they would not forget to remind me that I've gotten bigger and that I need to lose weight, which is... I remember I had an Italian roommate who dropped out of the academy because the whole situation just wasn't for her. And I connected with her a while back, and she told me that when she went back to China to the academy to visit her old friends, she had been diagnosed with anorexia. And when she told her friends that, her friends were like, no, like, you're too fat to be anorexic. Like for those of you who don't know, anorexia is defined by like your symptoms, your eating habits, etc., and your health. You can totally look like a normal person and still be anorexic, and you can also look super thin and be healthy. So everyone was just so brainwashed, like that was... So all my life, whenever I would be in Asia or China, I'd always feel like I'm being put in this box of female body expectations. Also, one of the biggest feelings that I got while I was at the academy was like losing weight and being thin was the #1 and like foremost thing you could do about yourself. And if you're one of the thinner students, you would definitely get favorited over one of the other students, even if they're better at dancing, at acting, at singing, at whatever. Like body image, especially for females, is such a big and heartbreaking issue in Asia especially. I know like for people in the States, you might say like, oh, there's fat shaming here too in America. Yes, there is everywhere in the world. But if you haven't been to China, you really can't get an understanding of their beauty idealisms, and it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. And sadly, my mindset before I came to the States was if you're big, you can't be good, right? Or professional. And then when I came to Cal Arts, I saw all different kinds of amazing, strong, unique dancers, and I was like, whoa, like none of them look like a stick. None of them look like me, because I was super thin at the time. None of them look skinny, but they're way more amazing than people I saw at my academy before. And I was just so in shock, and there was this whole process of my friends trying to like undo my brainwashing. And when all my friends and instructors would tell me that I'm thin or I look too skinny, I'd be like, huh? Like my brain just like literally couldn't comprehend, because I was always one of the chubbier ones at my academy before. And so there was a process of my friends trying to undo the brainwashing and the hardwiring that my brain went through. I'm definitely healthier now, but I still struggle every day with especially the mental aspect of the brainwashing and a lot of the things that stayed with me over the 6 years. Because like imagine being 10 and having everyone telling you that you're too fat, you need to lose weight, and you've never heard a mention of this before. So with all the brainwashing, especially throughout your teenage years, it definitely changes the way you look at things, it changes the way you look at the world. And this is just too big of an issue for me to try to change. It's very overwhelming, especially having been through a very unhealthy and bad part of it. But I thought what I can do is talk about it and start conversations and just have us acknowledge this issue, and we can work from there. If you're someone who's dealing with body issues, body image, and you're going through something like this, just know that I understand, and give yourself some love, some patience. Know that you deserve whatever you're working for, and you don't need to be skinny to be able to achieve that. And just know that you deserve love. You don't need to lose weight to be deserving. So, thanks for watching my TED Talk.